She made sacrifices for duty. Her dedication and devotion as sovereign never wavered through times of change and progress, through times of joy and celebration. At 75, King Charles took on the crown and many deep secrets within the monarchy. Rumors of scandals and hidden truths have surrounded the royal family for years. Recently, King Charles prevented Prince Harry from returning to royal duties, which sparked ongoing speculation. Today, I am proud to create him Prince of Wales to West Camry, the country whose title I've been so greatly privileged to bear. Now, Charles has finally spoken out, confirming a secret that could change how people view the monarchy. This situation is about more than history. It involves legacy, loyalty, and truth. So, what major revelation did Charles finally share after keeping it hidden for decades? Diana's enduring shadow and the burden on Charles. Even decades after her sudden death, Princess Diana's impact is unforgettable. She died in a speeding car in Paris while trying to escape photographers. She faced the public eye throughout her life. But she became more than just a royal figure. Do you think you'll ever be queen? No, I don't know. Why do you think that? I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts. Diana turned into a symbol for many people. Her warmth, compassion, and ability to make everyone feel important stayed in the public's memory. Her gentle smile, kind deeds, and dedication to charity built a lasting legacy. She became not just a princess, but an eternal icon of kindness. As her death anniversary approached, Kensington Palace became a place of remembrance. Every year, people gathered outside, bringing fresh flowers that filled the air with fragrance, lighting candles that flickered softly, and leaving handwritten notes filled with love and longing. Strangers would pause, whisper her name, and share memories of how she touched their lives. These gestures showed that Diana was no longer just a princess who died too soon. She had become immortal in the hearts of those she inspired. However, grief is not easy. While many learned to remember Diana with love, for Charles, her memory remained a constant storm inside him. Society and the media pressured him to recognize her importance and honor her legacy. It wasn't enough that William and Harry carried her torch. The world wanted to see Charles openly acknowledge her. The pressure on him was heavy and constant. Even though he found comfort with Camilla Parker Bess, he could not ignore Diana's lasting impact on the family, the monarchy, and the public. His life felt divided. Although he had found peace with his partner, he was also responsible for honoring the woman who had changed him so profoundly. He confided in friends that Diana had a significant impact on him, especially because she was the mother of his children. Those thoughts weighed on him, especially as he watched William and Harry continue her legacy. Speaking about her was risky. Charles feared judgment, accusations of hypocrisy, and media misrepresentation. He worried about protests at the palace and public scrutiny. Yet he realized one important truth: silence would not help. Staying quiet would only let old wounds fester. To truly honor Diana and acknowledge the past, he must confront it openly, even with the world watching. Diana's legacy will never be forgotten, but is there more to her story that the public doesn't know? If so, what is it and how much does it weigh? Now, let's explore how King Charles finally faced years of silence and revealed the truth about Diana. The moment of truth, the moment to reflect on Princess Diana's life, finally arrived. This special outdoor memorial honored her legacy. Unlike grand royal events, it was meant to be personal and meaningful, celebrating Diana through music, speeches, and heartfelt tributes. People of all backgrounds attended, from dignitaries to everyday citizens who still admired her. For King Charles, this event held deep significance. He faced a decision to stay quiet or to step up and address years of unspoken truths. In the weeks before the memorial, he felt the weight of this choice. He spent time in his private study, pacing and practicing what he might say. He understood that he needed to speak genuinely, otherwise he would lose connection with the people. He shared his concerns with Camilla Parker Bess. "I must say something real. I'll lose them forever if I speak like a cold figure." Camilla listened, knowing this was a moment he needed to handle himself, balancing honesty with public expectations. During this time, Charles considered the mistakes that had troubled him for years. He remembered holding back affection and creating distance in his marriage. He reflected on the impact of his choices on Diana and their sons, William and Harry. He recognized Diana's bravery and generosity, which had won many hearts worldwide. He realized the public had a right to hear his truth, even if it came with personal risk. The day of the memorial arrived, and a crowd gathered holding photographs and flowers dressed in images of Diana. Their expressions showed anticipation, respect, and grief. The atmosphere buzzed with strong emotions. When Charles stepped onto the simple stage, he felt the weight of his reflections. Scanning the crowd, he knew this was a critical moment. Then, with a careful voice, he began, "There is something I have carried for too long. It has lived in shadows, spoken by others, but never shared by me. Perhaps it is time I speak the truth." Audience leaned in, drawn in by his words. Charles admitted, "I never truly loved Diana, not as a husband should, but as a man owning up to my failures. I married her because it was expected of me. Duty left me little choice, and in doing so, I caused pain to Diana, our sons, and myself." He acknowledged that his silence, meant to protect, had only worsened things. "I was taught to put the crown before everything else, but that belief has a cost. That cost is humanity. That cost was my marriage and Diana's peace of mind." Even as king, Charles knew he could not change the past. However, he faced it openly for the first time, sharing hidden truths with the world. At last, he spoke about what truly drove him to marry Diana. Were there hidden tensions and past relationships that shaped their seemingly perfect marriage? Let's explore this story. In the early 1980s, Buckingham Palace came under intense public attention as Prince Charles, the heir to the British throne, faced pressure to marry. The media speculated about who his future bride would be, hoping for a royal union that would reassure the monarchy. Diana Spencer entered the scene, young, charming, and seemingly perfect for the role. When they announced their engagement, it felt like a fairy tale, celebrating her beauty and warmth. However, beneath the glamour and excitement was a more complicated reality. Charles still had feelings for Camilla Parker Bowles, which cast a shadow over his engagement to Diana. Rumors about his past with Camilla circulated quietly within the palace, raising doubts about his ability to commit to Diana fully. While she appeared joyful, Diana stepped into a world filled with hidden emotions and tensions. As their story unfolded behind closed doors, it became clear that the royal fairy tale was not as simple as it seemed. It involved love, duty, and heartbreak, captivating the world for years. Despite Diana's admiration, a quieter struggle occurred within the palace, filled with longing and the challenges of royal marriage. Diana's hidden voice. Before the public recognized problems in her marriage, Princess Diana began recording her experiences inside Buckingham Palace. In 1991, she bravely shared her story with journalist Andrew Morton. Her audio recordings became the foundation for Diana, her true story, and the Netflix documentary Diana in Her Own Words. These tapes were not just gossip. They allowed Diana to express her truth beyond the royal image. In her recordings, Diana spoke about the sadness she experienced in her early years with Charles. One painful memory was when she found a bracelet made for Camilla Parker Bowles. She also described receiving polite letters from Camilla, which made her feel uneasy in her new life as a princess. The Morton tapes show the loneliness and emotional struggles of being in a marriage that felt more like duty than love. They highlighted her pain well before her famous 1995 interview where she said, "There were three of us in this marriage." By sharing her struggles, Diana transformed from a distant royal figure into a relatable woman experiencing heartache. Her recordings revealed the difference between the glamorous image of royal life and the harsh realities behind closed doors. They showed common feelings of love, longing, and strength. Diana's voice broke through the pressure of tradition, letting people see who she truly was as she faced impossible challenges. Her legacy reminds us that even within a palace, hearts can hurt and courage can shine. But how much could she bear before tragedy struck? Let's explore how her death revealed the hidden struggles of the royal family. By the mid-1990s, Charles and Diana's marriage had serious problems that could no longer be hidden. The idea of their perfect royal union started to fall apart. Diana, once known as the people's princess, showed the human vulnerability beneath the crown. As her struggles became known, fairy tale image disappeared. On August 31, 1997, Tragedy struck when Diana died in a car crash in Paris. The world was shocked. Kensington Palace became a place of mourning, with many people coming to pay their respects, showing a shared grief. In the aftermath, Charles faced harsh public blame. Media outlets examined every part of his life, including his connection to Camilla Parker Bowles. Monarchy, long seen as untouchable, was questioned, and the public wanted more honesty. Diana's sons, William and Harry, dealt with their loss in public. The global reaction showed the monarchy's weaknesses and the need for change. Diana's life and death were more than just a tragedy. They reflected human vulnerability and the personal costs of tradition. Her death raised questions about Charles's future with Camilla and what legacy he would build. Now, let's look at their journey after Diana: love, duty, and the long road to acceptance. After Princess Diana's tragic death, Charles faced a new life as a grieving widower and a father under close public watch. Despite this pressure, his feelings for Camilla Parker Bowles never went away. She was not meant to replace Diana, but served as a steady companion who gradually gained acceptance in a court still affected by past sorrow. Charles and Camilla carefully revealed their relationship to balance their happiness with public's thoughts. Every gesture drew attention, with some people feeling skeptical and others hopeful. In 2005, after years of handling their situation, Charles and Camilla married in a ceremony that was very different from his first wedding. Some saw their marriage as a victory of love, while others felt reminded of past betrayals. Their marriage marked a change for Charles inside the palace. He could now embrace his feelings while still meeting his royal duties. Camilla faced years of scrutiny, but eventually earned respect as a devoted partner. Their story shows that love can endure through challenges and expectations. It reminds us that even in times of loss, the heart can find happiness. The world's response to their marriage and how Diana's children feel about the situation are essential questions to think about. The shocking confession that shattered the monarchy. The world reacted quickly to King Charles's confession: "I never truly loved Diana." Shock and disbelief spread across countries as news outlets reported on his statement. Many people felt anger and admiration for Diana as crowds gathered outside Kensington Palace to remember her legacy with flowers and candles. Some commentators praised Charles's honesty, seeing it as a rare moment of vulnerability. Others criticized him, calling the admission selfish and reopening old wounds for the royal family and the public that once adored them. Discussions erupted everywhere about the balance between duty and personal feelings. Inside Buckingham Palace, tension filled the air. People wondered how William and Harry would respond to their father's confession. Sources close to the princes indicated that William struggled with his responsibilities as heir, while Harry faced renewed feelings about royal life. Diana's friends noted she had been correct about her marriage. The confession prompted a debate about the monarchy's place in a world that values honesty and openness. Outside the palace, protesters called for love instead of duty, with some urging Charles to step aside for William. Amid the protests, some people saw a chance for the monarchy to change and grow through Charles's honesty. This moment highlighted the cost of duty and the lasting power of love and legacy. The monarchy, which once symbolized perfection, now showed its human side. Charles's shocking admission changed public conversation and raised questions about the future of the crown, the apology, and the future of the monarchy. After days of waiting, Buckingham Palace announced that King Charles would address the nation to apologize. This time, he wanted to speak from the heart. He said, "I owe this nation and my sons an apology." He regretted keeping silent for so long, which only deepened the pain after Diana's death. He admitted he failed to be the father his sons deserved. Charles also recognized the hurt his silence caused. He praised Diana for her courage and kindness. His sons reacted differently. William stayed composed and acknowledged the painful truths, while Harry expressed his disappointment and anger. People had mixed feelings about the king's apology. Some appreciated his honesty, while others thought it was too late. The monarchy was at a crossroads, trying to balance tradition with the need for transparency. Charles knew his words couldn't change the past, but hoped they would honor Diana's memory with honesty. As applause faded, it was clear that his apology changed things for the monarchy, showing that even those in power can be human. What do you think about King Charles's apology? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.